Hey guys, what's going on? Code here, and I wanted to make a video about send effects, so here it is. I want to talk about the send effects that I usually start out with, and as you can see, I've got 4 send effects here. This is also the template that I use to start a new song with. So yeah, let's talk about that real quick. So I've got 4 send effects. I've got a TSA1 hall reverb. I've got a TSA1R room reverb. I've got a doubler using the echo, and I've got an echo machine with a 1/4 delay. So let's talk about how I routed these. First of all, let's take a look at this sample that we'll be working with today. It's just a violin sample that I got from C4. So big ups to him. Okay, let's take a look at the individual effects. So yeah, let's turn up the level on the hall reverb. It's actually quite a nice reverb. As you can see here, all I have is a TSA and no other processing. And yeah, this is just a vintage EMT hall that I set up. Now, I want to talk about the routing of these send effects, because usually the way you do it is you route the send effect into the send into the effect device, and then the effect device signal into the return, and then it's returned over here, the FX send return section. This is not the case. What I did was I took the sends and put them into the effects devices, but then what I did was I created an individual mixer channel for the effect. Now what that results in is something really cool, because you can split the dry and the wet signal into 2 different mixer channels. Let me just turn this down. Okay, so if I play this back, we've got the mono signal here, and this is the violin. And now if I turn up the send level, you can see the signal actually being returned through this through this mixer channel, which is quite practical quite convenient, because it allows us to treat the wet signal using this entire SSL channel strip. So I've got some sidechain compression, which I'll talk about in a second, and also I put a high pass filter on it at 150 Hertz, so that the low end is cut from the reverb tail but not from the original signal. And this is quite awesome, because it allows you to, for example, apply reverb to a drum mix and keep it non-muddy. So yeah, that's something really cool. I'm definitely a big fan of using this channel strip as a return instead of the regular return. That just allows you to adjust level and pan. Okay, let's move on to the next effect. The next effect is a room reverb. Just the same routing. All it is a TSA1R, the small TSA, and set to room. Of course, dry wet is at full. And then I'm returning that into a mixer channel as well. The mixer channel can be seen here. Now, let me show you how that sounds. If I turn that up. Just a regular room reverb. Again, I cut the lows at 200 Hertz. Okay, let's move on. The third effect is a doubler. As you can hear, this is a mono signal, but using this doubler, all I did was use the echo gentle doubler patch, and then I kind of adjusted it to my needs. And what I did was I think I turned the modulation down a little bit and also applied a little bit of a filter. I'm not too sure, I kind of forgot. But it allows you to double the signal real quick and give it some depth and also some stereo. So here's the mono signal. And now listen as I apply the doubler. Basically what this does is it's a really, really short delay panned to the left and to the right. Okay, and then finally the last effect I have is just a standard factory soundbank patch. It's a combinator effects device, and it's called Echo Machine Module. And yeah, basically all it is an echo, or delay rather. and that's tempo syncable. So right now my tempo is at 175, but I could also put it to 140, and now so yeah, it's just a really cool echo and I really like it. Okay, those are my 4 effect sends. And then what I also did was I connected these return channels to the sidechain compressor right here. Well, I didn't really connect them, but I activated the compressor on these return channel strips, and they have a sidechain input. And I'm using my dynamics control patch from the Best Way to Sidechain video, link in the description below. And I already pre-routed those. So if I apply a sidechain to, basically if I draw a sidechain ghost kick lane into this dynamic control combinator, it will also duck all these effects returns. Let me just demonstrate that quickly. Okay, so here I have a song that I was working on earlier, and I'm not going to show you the full arrangement, but what I will show you is 3 elements. First of all, we have a kick and some strings. And then also I have the kick lane also on the ghost kick channel, which results in some sidechaining because I routed the sidechaining dynamics input to the ghost kick. But what's also interesting, as I was talking about earlier, is that with these effects returns, which I have over here on the left, the kick also affects those. In this case, the reverb. So the reverb is ducked with the kick, which is something that's quite useful if you are if you are really relying on sidechaining to fatten up or to tighten up your sounds. Then sidechaining the returns, sends and returns, is definitely something that's worthwhile. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Dorian Code out.